Well, hello there. Welcome to the Obi Thorn Alliance. And in today's video, we're doing our initial thoughts of She-Hulk so far.
So if you want to find out what we have to say, stick around. She-Hulk, we're 6 episodes in. We've got 3 more to go in the season. What's your initial thoughts so far?
As a superhero show, it's not that good, but as a funny comedy show, it's an character. She's okay, but she hasn't had that moment that I have gone, well, she hasn't had that light bulb moment that she has kind of gone, well, I need to take responsibility for these powers when it kind of suits her.
I agree, but I think I like it a little bit more than you do. I think I think it's quite funny. I like that it's simple. I actually really like her as a character. She's, kind of like funny, playful. She's, 30 something years old. She's looking for love. She doesn't really want to be a hero. She's became a hero. She's weighing up like how does she manage what she really wants to do and then what kind of has been thrust upon her now. And I personally like that. I like that we haven't had too much focus on the fighting. It's more about, her life in general as a Hulk, opposed to she can smash things and she's going to go out and fight. I quite like it. There has been a big, strong element of kind of like a women's movement in the show, which I think is a good thing, but that's kind of been its main thing, making you watch and go, oh, that's what life would be like as a female superhero, and this is what life is like as a female in general. So it's really playing off that, and I think that's the intent of the show. You said the character, you're not quite sold on it yet. What do you think would change that for you?
Maybe they have like an episode that she has like a lawyer case when she gets down to meeting the family, or she has like a case when she actually has to go, I have to use the She-Hulk because I can't solve the lawyer case, like realize that she can be both.
Yeah, I think it's building towards that. I just think, I guess, she won't be able to like smash her way through, winning a court case. So she has to separate those things. And, I think there will be a time where she will have to, fight and defend herself, and she kind of has, but we're going to probably get more fight scenes heading towards the end. But do you enjoy the lawyer side of things? Do you like the playfulness of her going on dates and trying to meet men?
I think the dating side of it is fine. I just found it unrealistic how they said the actress isn't attractive when she is, and then when she's She-Hulk, people want to be with her. It's for the sake of the show.
Yeah, I guess she's somewhat attractive, and I guess they wanted her to have a certain look so that when she did become She-Hulk, guys would, be mesmerized for her. Do it buy her? I personally don't buy it. I don't know if I'm interested in a 6'7" green woman, but the show wants to make out like that makes her desirable, and that this whole idea of, compare all her friends, she's never really had, something to be proud of. There was think that she's not good looking or she's not successful, and now she's like, I want to show off I'm She-Hulk. So I think that's kind of cool. That's got a cool side to it. Most recent episode, what we had,
The wedding.
Yeah, we had the wedding. It was an interesting one. It wasn't the most interesting of episodes in terms of keeping me captivated, but it kind of added a little element, with possibly meeting a male, and then also an insight into right at the end that she might be coming up against a villain who we kind of seen. Someone was trying to get, like a sample of her blood or skin or whatever they wanted, and we kind of see that they've got more sinister plans. So it was kind of a setup episode with a bit of, fun in it. Is there any other standout characters you like in this show?
Wong, of course, and then seeing Daredevil.
What about new characters of the show? Like, they obviously already have their fame from their own shows and movies.
The character that was kind of giving her, like, doing the dress, he was the same actor.
For me, I quite like her friend. That's her, not a legal aid, I think it's her paralegal. I think she's quite interesting. She also has, like a, looking for love and a dating thing going on, and I quite like the other male lawyer that works in their office. He's a bit of fun too. And we're getting a bit of insight into the other female lawyer who helped her win her case against Titania. You know, like she's coming quite likable, and we're learning new things about her and her family. So it's kind of building, you know, insight into like the friendship she's building, and that's quite nice. What would you like to see happen in the next few episodes?
That we get to see Daredevil was teased in episode 5, and I think they need to do it at some point.
They probably will. Is there anything particularly to do with She-Hulk? Because at the moment it seems like you're liking this show because it has other characters in it, not because of She-Hulk.
I think she needs to have a superhero moment, and she needs a case besides the Abomination, actually a case that kind of matters, because we haven't gotten that so far, and that she goes on a journey and kind of it matters.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll get that kind of thing with the court case, because court cases with superheroes would actually go to court. You know, like if you're a powerful hero and you do something bad, they're not going to be able to get you to court. Like they weren't going to drag Thanos into the court and punish him. He'd be like, yeah, no, not going to happen. So obviously they're limited to their particular people that might have court cases, and they've been interesting so far. I guess the one with the elf that was impersonating Megan Thee Stallion, I thought that was quite funny. You know, just adding little interesting court cases, but nothing too major. I guess we've already established that we probably won't see Bruce back in the show. We assume he's off in space doing something with maybe Nick Fury.
Yeah, probably setting up for his own movie when that eventually happens.
You're hoping that we see Daredevil introduced. Do you think that might be a court case, like opposite sides?
Yeah, most likely, and then they'll see each other when they're in superhero identities. And I wonder where Daredevil will fit in the timeline. Will it be, you know, he's only just like becoming Daredevil and it's setting up for the new show coming out, or are we going to assume that he's already been Daredevil and he knows what he's doing, and then the new show is going to be kind of set in the past and it's going to be equal to what's going on? Like, I'm intrigued how they're going to fit that in. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. So we've worked out characters, we've talked about what we're looking to see. You want to give it a rough, what's your rating of it so far from what we've seen?
Around the 60 to 65 range.
Okay, so somewhat above average, or around that average mark, you'd say. For me, I think it a bit high. You know, it's not amazing, but it's entertaining, and I see it for that. I look forward to watching it. It's always an easy watch, and I haven't been bored by any episodes. So for that, I think it's doing quite well. It's not really a masterpiece and ticks a lot of boxes in terms of getting high scores, but I think it's a 70 mark, 75 for me so far.
Okay.
So I guess we'll see where the season ends. Based on what we've seen so far, would you like to see a second season?
Maybe see her continue her law degree. Yeah, I'd like to see her actually build as a character. I think more for that reason, improvement I think would be necessary. So
would you rather see more the shows push towards superhero-ness, or you want to see push more towards lawyer?
Character development. So whichever way the writers feel like they need to develop her character.
And you don't think we've had character development so far?
I think it's gone in a decent enough direction. I just want to see more from the character.
Because they've kind of built it up, you know, that she was, you know, at school, maybe not overly popular. She went to law school. Again, she kind of envied her friends. She's always thought that her friends are better looking than her. She's been unlucky in love. She's now finally had something good go her way. You know, she got some powers. I feel like they've kind of built us a character that, you know, she is kind of an outcast that's, you know, been thrust upon powers. And, you know, when she's her normal self, she's a bit daggy, but when she's She-Hulk, she feels powerful and she's liked. Like, I think that's pretty cool character development. And, you know, they rushed her getting the powers, but it's fine. It was nice and simple. But she doesn't really, to me, need like some broody backstory as to why she's a hero and why she wants to save the world. She honestly doesn't seem to, that's not her interest, saving the world. She's just like, well, I've been given these powers, like I may as well make the most of it. And I'm liking the element of seeing a superhero in everyday life, not just I fight villains and then what happens when they're not fighting villains. We see what happens with her. You know, she's at home, she's going on dates. You know, she's trying to like live a normal life, and you know she has to work to pay the bills. Like a lot of the other heroes, we don't know anything about their finances.
No.
We just assume someone's paying them big money and they're able to, you know, continue to be heroes and not need jobs. So I think that's a cool thing they've added, and I personally like to see more seasons of it. You know, keeping lighthearted and focusing on the personal life, the, you know, dating, fighting a little bit of crime here and there, but mainly being a lawyer. I think that's kind of cool. And I guess that probably limits her crime fighting, because if she's a lawyer, she can't risk breaking laws herself, so she's got to play by the rules.
Yeah, and everyone needs a lawyer.
Yeah, so I'm personally enjoying it. I like the way it's going, and compared to what we've seen so far in other shows, they've either been really serious, which has been good, or they've been really outrageous and meant nothing. This is kind of, doesn't mean much, but it's entertaining, so it's kind of a cool mixture.
Well, if you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe. Let the force be with you. As always, stay awesome. Bye-bye.